So it's a new year, which is always the perfect time for an upgrade, right? But what if the most important upgrade we need to make isn't our phone or our car, but our entire understanding of what a clean home actually means? As we look ahead to 2026, we're going to dig into some pretty shocking truths from a real industry insider. Truths that might just change how you see your own home forever. And look, this isn't just some theory I cooked up. We're pulling all of this directly from a consumer guide put out by an industry insider, Bella's Mountain Vacation Cleaning. You can think of this as a New Year's gift from them to you, a gift of knowledge. They're sharing secrets that, let's be honest, other cleaning companies would much rather you never heard. And why? Because it pulls back the curtain on common practices that put profits way ahead of your family's health. That is a direct quote from the guide, and wow, what a way to start. We're about to expose the hidden dangers that can be lurking around in even the most sparkling, spotless-looking homes. We're talking about the threats you can't see, you can't smell, and you can't touch, but that can have a huge impact on how you feel every single day. All right, let's dive into the core of the problem here, what the guide calls the illusion of clean. This first part tackles a really startling question. What if the very thing you're doing to clean your house is actually making it more dangerous? It sounds like such a basic question, doesn't it? But the way most of us define clean, it looks shiny, it smells like fresh linen, that definition is dangerously incomplete. We've been trained to think that those nice smells equal clean, but so often those fragrances are just covering up something much, much worse. This iceberg visual from the guide, man, it just nails it. The spotless home you see, that's just the tip. What's lurking below the surface are all the invisible dangers and scientific truths that old-school cleaning methods just completely and sometimes intentionally ignore. So what's really going on here? Well, according to the guide, it pretty much boils down to two huge fundamental mistakes that totally change what it means to be clean. Let's break them down. Okay, mistake number one, and this is a big one, accidentally spreading disease. A lot of cleaning services use the same exact equipment from one house to the next without really sanitizing it. Just think about that for a second. The rag used to wipe a counter in a home where someone has the flu could be the same rag used on your kid's high chair. The guide calls this a microbial express lane, and it's basically a germ delivery service right to your front door. And if that wasn't bad enough, mistake number two is just as nasty. Leaving behind an invisible cocktail of toxic chemicals. So many of the products we use release these things called volatile organic compounds, or VOCs for short, into the air. Studies have shown these can make the air inside your home up to 10 times more polluted than the air outside. You're paying to have your home cleaned, not to live inside a chemical cloud. Now let's get specific. Let's talk about the actual dangers hiding in plain sight. We're going to do a quick rundown of this invisible war being fought in our homes, especially in newer, energy-efficient houses that are sealed up so tight they trap all these pollutants inside with us. First up, we have a threat with a truly terrifying nickname, the memory thief. And yeah, we're talking about the infamous black mold Stachybotrys chartarum. And let's be clear, this is not your run-of-the-mill bathroom mildew. This stuff loves damp, hidden places, and it produces these awful poisons called mycotoxins. The guide is really clear. These can cause actual neurological damage and memory loss. And the scariest part, it can start growing in just 24 to 48 hours after a leak or any kind of water damage. And speaking of mold, that leads us right into threat number two. It's not just the scary black mold. A whole bunch of common household molds are busy producing these fungal poisons. Okay, what's really terrifying about mycotoxins is just how powerful they are. They are so potent they can actually pass through the blood-brain barrier, which is, our body's last line of defense for our brain. This can lead to things like brain fog, trouble concentrating, just long-term harm. It's especially dangerous for kids and the elderly. All right, moving on to threat number three. We touched on these a minute ago, but they really deserve their own spotlight. The invisible assassins. These are those volatile organic compounds, the VOCs, that are in so many products. Get this. The guide points to research showing that over 530 common cleaning products give off these chemicals. And the health risks are no joke. We're talking links to childhood asthma, different types of cancers, even reproductive problems. And remember, our modern sealed-up homes trap these things inside, so we're just breathing them in day after day. Whoa, okay, I know that was a lot. And it's pretty scary stuff. But listen, the point here isn't to freak you out. The whole point of this guide is to empower you. So let's switch gears and get practical with a health first checklist that will help you tell the good guys from the bad guys. The guide gives you a set of 4 questions that act like your personal armor. Think of them as your secret weapon to cut right through all the marketing nonsense and get to the actual truth about any cleaning service you're thinking about hiring. Here they are, the 4 critical questions. First up, how do you prevent cross-contamination between my home and the last one you were in? This one goes right after that microbial express lane. You want to hear them talk about fresh mop heads for every home, color-coded cloths, sanitized tools, no excuses. Second, are you actually certified to handle mold? This is huge. An unqualified cleaner can take a small mold spot and spread its spores all over your house, making the problem 1,000 times worse. Third, can you guarantee that 0 toxic residue is left behind? This makes them talk about the science behind their products, not just their fresh scent. And finally, number 4, can you show me the safety data sheets for all the products you'll be using? This is not some crazy request. It is a basic, fundamental safety requirement. And here's the key. You're not just looking for a simple yes. A truly professional, health-focused company will be excited to answer these questions. They'll want to show you their product knowledge, they'll explain the science behind their procedures, and they'll prove their commitment to your family's safety. They can tell you why they do what they do. So, what does this all mean? It means it's time for a new standard of clean. A standard where we finally correctly define a truly clean home as a healthy home, period. And this is so important. You have to be skeptical of those marketing labels. The guide warns us that words like green or natural can mean absolutely nothing. I mean, hey, poison ivy is natural, right? What really matters is demanding transparency and proof, verifiable safety data. And that's the bottom line, isn't it? A superficial shine on your countertop doesn't mean a thing if the air you're breathing is toxic. True cleanliness is about how you feel in your home. It's the clear air, the energy, the peace of mind knowing your space is truly safe. So as we wrap this up, I'll just leave you with this one question. Now that you know what could be hiding just beneath the surface, as we all head into 2026, is your definition of clean ready for a serious upgrade? Because a healthy home isn't a luxury, it's a right.